I'm not sure why the color of the walls stuck with me. Maybe it's easier to focus on that than on the way her face looked when everything shattered. They were a soft green, like mint ice cream left out too long, dulled and tired. A color that pretends to soothe you, but never really does. That's the thing about hospital rooms. They're full of quiet lies, pretending to offer comfort when all they do is hold the weight of moments like this. It was supposed to be a happy day. The kind of day you imagine for years. My wife, Claire, had just given birth to our son. Our son. Or that's what I kept telling myself. That was the belief I clung to like a lifeline. She was still glistening with sweat, exhausted and trembling from the pain, but her eyes, there was something hard in them when the nurse handed over the birth certificate. His name will be Benjamin, she said, her voice firm as she pressed the pen to paper. Benjamin Ruth Parker. Ruth. Her mother's name. Not mine. Not even a trace of my family's name to acknowledge my presence in that moment. I stepped a little closer, trying to keep my voice calm. Claire, we talked about this. We agreed. His middle name would be James. After my dad. She didn't even glance at me. Just kept writing, her grip tightening around the pen like it was the only thing anchoring her. I changed my mind. I swallowed, my throat suddenly dry. Claire, that's not right. This isn't just your decision. We're in this together. Her head jerked up. She looked at me, but the exhaustion in her face had been replaced by something far colder. Together? She echoed, a bitter laugh escaping her lips. You really think you get a say in this? You should be thankful I let you in the delivery room at all. Her words hit like a slap, my stomach turning. I didn't know what to say. Then out of the corner of my eye, I saw the nurse shift uneasily. She hesitated, then leaned toward me and whispered, just loud enough for me to hear. Want me to tell her the truth? My skin went cold. The truth? Claire frowned. What did you just say? The nurse straightened, her face unreadable. Mr. Parker, would you mind stepping outside with me for a moment? Claire scoffed. Oh, for God's sake, don't start this drama. Whatever it is, just say it here. There was a pause. And then the nurse, with the kind of careful precision that meant she'd done this before, said the words that would undo everything. Your son's blood type doesn't match your husband's. The room went quiet. Too quiet. I could hear the soft beeping of a monitor, distant voices outside, but here, everything stopped. Claire's face froze. What? She said softly. The nurse explained, gently, but without room for confusion. We ran the usual newborn tests. Mr. Parker is blood type AB. Your son is type O. That's only possible if he isn't the biological father. Claire's mouth opened slightly. Her fingers trembled around the pen. That can't be right. The nurse's expression didn't change. I'm sorry, but it is. Something shifted in Claire's face then. A crack forming where all her control used to be. Her hand went slack. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. She turned to me, her eyes wide, searching mine like maybe she'd find a way out of this. James, I took a step back. My chest ached. My voice came out dry and uneven. Don't. Tears spilled from her eyes. It's not what you think. A hollow laugh escaped me. Really? Then tell me, Claire, what is it? What else could this possibly be? She blinked quickly, shaking her head like she could reset this moment. And then she stopped. Just stopped. Like the strength to hold the lie together had drained all at once. I didn't need her to say it. I already knew. Still, my voice came quieter now. Who is he? She closed her eyes. When she opened them again, they were empty. It was a mistake, she whispered. A mistake. Like misplacing her keys. Like picking the wrong coffee. I let out a slow, bitter breath. How long? She turned away. 8 months. I nodded slowly. The words tasted like metal. 8 months. So, before we even knew you were pregnant. She was crying now. It didn't mean anything. I swear. It meant something to me. I said, my voice sharper than I intended. The nurse, clearly uncomfortable, spoke again. I'll give you some privacy. As soon as she left the room, Claire reached for my hand. I pulled away. James, please. I shook my head. You knew. Deep down you knew. That's why you didn't want him to have my name. A sob escaped her lips. I was scared. I deserved the truth. I couldn't, she whispered. I looked at her, really looked at her. The woman I loved. The woman I thought I'd build a life with. And I realized she'd made a choice long before this moment. One that cut me out completely. So I did something I never imagined I would. I turned away. She called my name, but I didn't stop. I stepped into the hallway, my legs numb. My heart a knot of grief and fury. The nurse met my eyes, and for a moment, there was something quiet in her expression. Understanding. Pity maybe. I didn't know what came next. Lawyers. Tests. A life I no longer recognized. The boy in that room, the one I had imagined holding, raising, teaching, wasn't mine. But I knew this. I had been lied to, and I deserved more. This time, I wasn't going to let her make the decisions for both of us. I walked out of that hospital, leaving behind those cold green walls, the name scribbled on that paper, and the illusion I had lived in for far too long. And for the first time in months, I felt air in my lungs. I could finally breathe.